Where do you belong? Where is home? Where is your heart? As the year draws to a close, I find myself sinking into reflection and introspection. And these are some of the questions that I've been grappling with. Home is where the heart is. My home is my castle. Home sweet home. We have all these sayings in English about the home, what it is and what it means. But I think it really means very different things to different people. I think for those of us who up sticks and leave the country in which we were born, this is really a question of great significance. And I do strongly believe that there is the possibility of no return, of feeling like a foreigner in your country of birth. I always remember something my uncle said. He worked as an engineer throughout the whole world, spent a lot of time in Africa, in the Middle East, and also in Asia. And he was doing really very important, very fulfilling work and really improving the lives of hundreds of people with the work that he was doing. But when he retired, he returned back to the UK with his wife. And they found it very difficult to reintegrate into the UK. They'd been gone for so long that they just lost all sort of connection with the people there. They felt like foreigners in their own country, and unfortunately he's passed away now, but I don't think he ever really found that sense of community. I think that's something that we don't really think about when we are young. I know for me, I couldn't wait to get out of the UK. I couldn't wait to see the world and just get out of there. And I always assumed that friends and family would be something that would always be there. If you're lucky enough to have always had friends and family, it's something that you often take for granted. The concept of home is not an easy one to define. As I said, I think it's really very different for different people, but I think there is a definite geographical, locational element to the concept of home. I know for me at least, my parents still live in the house that I grew up in, and whenever I go back, there's definitely a sense of familiarity and a sense of sort of belonging coming back home. There's a lot of emotions that I experience and a lot of memories that are triggered when I go back. I imagine when my parents are no longer there, I will lose a certain sense of connection that I have with the UK. But it's definitely not all about location or the geography of it. There's definitely, I think, quite a lot of truth in the saying, home is where the heart is. If you have that special someone, you hold them in your heart, it can really bring you a great sense of belonging, a sense of homeliness and a sense of peace. And this is something that I have in Germany, and I think it is one of the main things which is holding me here. I think there is also a third element to this concept of home, and that is sort of a deep sense of belonging or fulfillment in the things that we do every day. Your work can really bring you a strong sense of home, a strong sense of belonging, and of really making an impact. And this is the one that I have historically struggled with the most. Work for me has often just been a means to an end, a way to make money, a way to pay the bills. But I've really struggled to find any sort of deep, meaningful sort of value in the work that I do. So to answer the question of can I call Germany my home, or am I now German? Even though I've given this a lot of thought, I would love to give a black and white answer, but I think my answer is going to be a jein. A yes and no. Yes, I do feel very at home in Germany, and I owe Germany a lot. When I moved here, Germany was really the perfect country for me. I was desperate for stability and security and certainty in my life. And for those reasons, Germany really was the perfect country for me. And I feel, an immense amount of gratitude for Germany. But I do still feel a very deep connection to Britain, to the UK, and all this time abroad hasn't managed to beat out the Brit in me. You know, and I think it will always be there. It'll always be a part of my identity. Now, admittedly, whenever I go back to the UK, it is only for a couple of weeks maximum. But I do always sort of have this sense of, you know, returning home, returning back to the fold, if you will. Have I reached the point of no return? I don't think so. It doesn't feel that way. Like I said before, maybe when my parents are no longer there, I will lose a certain sense of connection to the concept of Britain. But until that day comes, I feel very at home in both Germany and the UK. I am extremely grateful, extremely thankful for all that I have. I am very excited about the next year, about 2023. I have a lot of things planned, not just on this channel, also in other areas of my life, and I cannot wait to get started. So on that note, I wish you all the best for the next year, for 2023. May all your dreams, hopes, desires come true. Just remember, good things are only a thought away. I will see you next year. Bye-bye.